everyone! This video is going to completely change your perspective on the creatures around us. I promise you'll hear and see things you've never even heard of before. My first question to you is, who do you think is the slowest creature on our list? And what secrets does it hold about its speed? Or, how fast can the smallest creature be? Stay with us to discover the answers to these questions and much more. Next, our first contestant, the champion of slow and steady movement, Mr. Snail. At this speed, it would take over 20 hours to travel 1 kilometer. This seemingly simple creature can live between 2 to 10 years. Snails can sleep for up to 3 years. Yes, you heard that right. If environmental conditions become too dry or cold, the snail can seal its shell and go into deep sleep, waiting for better conditions. They're kind of survival masters in harsh conditions. Snails have more than 25,000 teeth on their tongue that are constantly growing and being replaced. See? Even the slowest creature can surprise us. Now let's move on to one that's a bit faster. And now, the spider. Spiders are 40 times faster than snails. Spider silk, if equal in weight to steel, is 5 times stronger. It's even more resistant than Kevlar, the material used in bulletproof vests. Imagine if we could make a pencil-thick rope from spider silk, it could hold a Boeing 747 aircraft. Spiders don't have muscles to extend their legs. Spider leg movement works through hydraulic pressure. They pump a fluid called hemolymph into their legs to extend them and use muscles to retract them. That's why when a spider dies, its legs curl up because the hydraulic pressure is gone. Introducing the Saharan silver ant. You might say it's not much faster than a spider, but wait, this ant is only 10 millimeters long. That's 1 centimeter. This means it can travel 100 times its body length per second. If a 1.7 meter tall human wanted to move at this relative speed, they would need to run at about 612 kilometers per hour. Incredible. And even more interesting, they can live for a decade or more. An ant can lift 50 times its body weight. Imagine a human being able to hold a car above their head. Penguin. At 3.9 kilometers per hour on land, they might seem a bit clumsy, but in water, they transform into a ballistic missile. In water, they can swim up to 36 kilometers per hour, almost 10 times their speed on land. Penguins can dive to depths of 565 meters and stay underwater for more than 20 minutes. Turtle. Their lifespan ranges from 20 to over 200 years. Imagine a living creature being able to witness 2 centuries of history. A turtle's shell isn't just a protective shield, but part of their skeleton. Their ribs, spine, and collarbone are fused to the inner surface of the shell. So unlike in cartoons, a turtle can't come out of its shell. It would be like us trying to separate from our rib cage. The gender of many turtle species, babies, is determined by the environmental temperature where the eggs are placed. If the temperature is warmer, more females are born, and if it's cooler, more males. And now, the scorpion. Scorpions glow under ultraviolet UV light. Yes, if you shine a UV flashlight on a scorpion, it turns fluorescent blue or green. Scorpions can survive up to a year without food. They drastically reduce their metabolism and use energy reserves. True masters of survival in harsh conditions. Some can even survive underwater for up to 2 days. Hedgehog, with those cute spines. Unfortunately, their lifespan isn't very long, between 2 to 5 years. Hedgehogs are resistant to some snake venoms. They have a protein in their blood that can neutralize the venom. An average hedgehog has about 5,000 spines on its body. Crab. They can move sideways at a speed of 8 kilometers per hour. Why do these creatures prefer to move sideways? This is a question that has intrigued many. The world's largest crab is the Japanese spider crab, with a leg span that can reach 3.7 meters. Crabs have their heart on their back and blue blood as they use copper instead of iron to carry oxygen. They can completely regenerate their lost limbs. Small lizards can detach their tails. When a predator grabs their tail, the lizard can contract specific muscles to detach it. The separated tail continues to wiggle for a while, distracting the predator while the lizard gets a chance to escape. Later, a new tail grows back. Some lizard species, like the basilisk lizard, also called the Jesus lizard, can run on water. The speed keeps getting faster and faster. Our next creature might not seem very agile, but its record will surprise you. Chicken. It might be hard to believe, but a chicken can run at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour, almost twice the speed of a crab. They can grow up to 63 centimeters tall. But chickens are much more than just a food source. Today's chickens' ancestors were dinosaurs, and their DNA has significant similarities to Tyrannosaurus rex. Chickens see a more colorful world than we do. Besides the 3 types of cone cells we have, red, green, blue, they have a 4th type for detecting ultraviolet light. This means the range of colors they see is much wider and richer than ours. From feathered dinosaurs, we move on to 2 rodents that have the same speed, but not the same size. And now, 2 champions with the same speed. Both the rat and mouse can run at 16 kilometers per hour. But the difference is in size. A rat is about 25 centimeters long, while a house mouse is only 10 centimeters. Rats' teeth never stop growing. They grow about 10 to 12 centimeters per year. That's why they constantly need to gnaw on hard things to wear down their teeth and prevent them from getting too long. House mice can squeeze through holes as small as a 10-cent coin. Their skeleton has an amazing ability to compress. And because they don't have a rigid rib cage, they can squeeze through the narrowest gaps. And finally, the frog. The amazing thing is its lifespan. Some frog species can live up to 40 years. For a small amphibian, this is a very long life. Frogs also breathe through their skin. Their thin, moist skin is full of blood vessels that allow them to absorb oxygen directly from water or humid air. This ability is especially useful when they're underwater or buried in mud. Frogs don't drink water. They absorb all their body's required water through their skin. Their skin acts like a sponge and draws in moisture from the environment. That's why they always need to stay near water or humid environments. Well, friends, this was just the first part of our journey into the world of speed and wonder. You saw how creatures we might pass by every day hold such incredible secrets. From a snail that sleeps for 3 years to a chicken descended from dinosaurs and a frog that lives for 40 years. Which of these creatures amazed you the most? And what faster creatures do you think are waiting for us in the next part? The speeds are going to get much, much higher. Make sure to write your comments, like this video, and subscribe to our channel. Great! Let's move on with full energy to part 2 of this breathtaking race of speed and wonder. The Kiwi, a very special bird from New Zealand. This bird lives for 25 to 50 years. For a bird, especially a flightless one, this is an extraordinary lifespan. The kiwi is the only bird with nostrils at the tip of its beak, and it uses its sense of smell to find food, rather than vision. The kiwi's egg is about 20% of the bird's own body weight. Imagine a human giving birth to a 15-kilogram baby. Black mamba and Komodo dragon. The black mamba, one of Africa's most venomous and fastest snakes, and the Komodo dragon, the world's largest living lizard, found only on a few Indonesian islands. The black mamba can raise up to 1/3 of its body off the ground and move rapidly in this position. Scary, isn't it? The Komodo dragon has more than 50 types of bacteria in its saliva. If prey survives the initial attack, it will later die from infection. This dragon can hunt animals as large as buffalo and consume the entire carcass, even the bones. Female Komodo dragons can reproduce without males. This rare phenomenon is called parthenogenesis. When no suitable males are available, females can lay fertile eggs that all develop into male offspring. Nature always finds a way to survive. And now, ourselves, humans, and an incredibly intelligent and adaptable creature, the raccoon, both with an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. The human brain makes up only 2% of body weight, but consumes 20% of the body's total energy and oxygen. This means our brain is extremely hardworking and responsible for all our amazing abilities, like language, abstract thinking, and creativity. Although humans are slower than most animals, we can cover long distances without stopping. We're the only species that can run marathons. Raccoons have a habit of washing their food before eating, even if it's already clean. Scientists still don't know the exact reason for this behavior. The elephant! How can such a massive, gentle giant be so fast? Elephants are the only mammals that cannot jump. Due to their weight and leg bone structure, jumping is impossible for them. However, they are still fast runners. Elephants have extraordinary memory. They can remember faces, places, and events for years. They can even recognize elephants they haven't seen for decades. That's why we say elephant memory. They even mourn for their herd members who die. A strange contrast. Hippopotamus and Langur. Hippos are much faster on land than you'd think, and extremely aggressive. Interestingly, they produce red sweat. This red oily fluid is actually a natural sunscreen and antibiotic that protects their skin from sun damage and infections. It's called blood sweat. A hippo's mouth can open up to 180 degrees, and their bite force is equivalent to 1,825 kilograms, enough to split a boat in half. Gray langurs are considered sacred in India and often live near temples and residential areas. They're revered because of the Hindu monkey god, Hanuman. Although hippos spend most of their time in water, they're not skilled swimmers. They usually walk on the riverbed or lake bottom, or propel themselves forward by pushing off the bottom. They can even hold their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes. Goats. Goats have rectangular pupils. This gives them an incredible panoramic vision, approximately 320 to 340 degrees, allowing them to spot predators from different directions without having to turn their heads much. Goats are exceptional climbers. They can scale nearly vertical slopes and treacherous cliffs that would be impossible for humans to climb. Their hooves are designed to create strong grip on uneven surfaces. Mountain goats have even been seen climbing dams to lick salt off the walls. Nile Crocodile. It has the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom, with a force equivalent to 3,700 kilograms, powerful enough to crush elephant bones. The crocodile's heart is one of the most complex in the animal world. This 4-chambered heart, similar to humans, has a special valve that allows the crocodile to control blood flow. During long dives, it can direct more blood to the brain and vital organs while reducing flow to the lungs. A masterpiece of natural engineering. Cattle, gorilla, wild boar, and sheep, a diverse group of speed-matching champions. Cattle have nearly 360 degrees of vision, meaning they can see almost everything around them without turning their heads. Their only blind spot is directly behind them. A cow can eat up to 180 kilograms of grass per day and drink 56 gallons, 212 liters of water. Gorillas have unique fingerprints, just like humans. They can lift up to 2,000 kilograms with their hands, equivalent to the strength of 10 strong men. Gorillas share 98% of their DNA with humans. Wild boars have an incredibly powerful sense of smell and can detect food, like underground mushrooms, from great distances or even under snow. Sheep have extraordinary facial memory. They can remember at least 50 other sheep faces and even human faces they know for years. They can even recognize emotions from facial expressions. Cat. Cats can't taste sweetness. They lack the gene for detecting sweet flavors. So if your cat shows interest in ice cream, it's probably due to the fat content or texture, not the sweetness. Cats don't have collarbones. Or more accurately, they have very small, free-floating collarbones that aren't connected to any other bones. This allows them to squeeze through any hole that their head can fit through. Incredible flexibility. Emu, red fox, and cassowary. The speed is reaching its peak. Red foxes use Earth's magnetic field for hunting. They can use a sixth sense to detect the position of prey, like mice, hidden under snow or soil, and catch them with a precise pounce. Doberman Dog and Rhinoceros, bred in late 19th century Germany by a tax collector named Karl Friedrich Louis Doberman. He needed a loyal, intelligent, and fast guard dog to accompany him while collecting taxes. So Dobermans were created with a specific purpose from the start. They're also known as Velcro dogs because they become very attached to their owners and like to stay close to them. Despite their serious and fierce appearance, they are very emotional and affectionate dogs for their family. Rhinoceros. A rhino's horn is made of hair, not bone. The horn is composed of compressed keratin, the same material that makes up our hair and nails. Sadly, these beautiful horns have put rhinos at severe risk of extinction due to illegal poaching. Bison, moose, and brown bear. Bison, despite their massive size, males can weigh up to 1,000 kilograms, can jump 1.8 meters high. They're also excellent swimmers. Male moose antlers show one of the fastest tissue growth rates in the animal kingdom. These antlers can grow up to 2.5 centimeters per day during summer and reach weights over 20 kilograms. They shed and regrow these antlers annually. Brown bears, like grizzlies, have an incredible sense of smell that's said to be 7 times stronger than hunting dogs and over 100 times stronger than humans. They can detect a carcass from 30 kilometers away. So if you're camping in nature, watch your food. Additional fascinating fact. During hibernation, brown bears' heart rate drops from 40 to 8 beats per minute, and they can survive up to 100 days without food, water, or excretion. Incredible, isn't it? The speeds are getting crazy high. We'll see creatures that seem to treat gravity as a joke. Leopards are so powerful they can drag prey twice their own weight up into trees to keep it away from lions and hyenas. The spots on each leopard's body are as unique as human fingerprints. No two leopards have identical patterns. These spots are called rosettes. And now, the wolf. Wolves can communicate with their pack members by howling across distances of up to 10 kilometers in forests and 16 kilometers in open spaces. Wolves can walk up to 145 kilometers in a single day while searching for food. Each wolf has a unique vocal signature that pack members can recognize. Wolves' sense of smell is about 100 times stronger than humans. They can detect prey scent from approximately 3 kilometers away. This often maligned creature, contrary to popular belief, isn't just a scavenger. They're also highly skilled hunters. A hyena's jaw can exert a force equivalent to 1,100 pounds per square inch, PSI, while humans only manage about 160 PSI. Stronger than both lions and tigers, it can crush even giraffe bones. Hyenas have exceptional social memory and can remember members of other clans for up to 10 years, even if they've only seen them once. Spotted hyenas live in societies dominated by females. The females are larger, stronger, and more aggressive than males, and they lead the group. This is a completely unique social structure in the mammalian world. Tiger, camel, giraffe, an amazing trio with equal fascination. A tiger's roar is so loud, it can be heard from 3 kilometers away. Camels can drink more than 100 liters of water in just 10 to 15 minutes. They can also close their nostrils. They've truly evolved to survive in harsh desert conditions. A camel can vary its body temperature from 34 to 41 degrees Celsius to survive desert heat. No other mammal has this ability. Despite having an incredibly long neck, a giraffe has exactly the same number of neck vertebrae as humans. just 7. However, each vertebrae in a giraffe's neck can be up to 25 centimeters long. Giraffes only sleep 30 minutes per day in 5-minute naps, the least amount of sleep among all mammals. Zebra. Each zebra has a unique stripe pattern, just like human fingerprints or leopard spots. No two zebras are exactly alike, and this helps foals identify their mothers in the herd. Kangaroo and ostrich. An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. Each ostrich eye is approximately the size of a billiard ball, 5 centimeters in diameter, making it the largest eye among all land animals and giving it exceptional vision. However, their brain only weighs about 40 grams. Female kangaroos can experience embryonic diapause. They can pause the development of an embryo in the womb until environmental conditions become suitable for raising offspring, or until the previous joey leaves the pouch. This is an amazing survival strategy. Horse. This noble and faithful companion of humans can control both brain hemispheres separately, allowing them to sleep and stay alert simultaneously. Horses have an impressive 350-degree field of vision. Thanks to their eye positioning on either side of their head, they can see almost everything around them. A horse's heart weighs an average of 8.5 kilograms, about 10 times larger than a human heart. All right, the greyhound's heart is the largest relative to body size among all mammals and can pump 300 liters of blood per minute. When running, greyhounds are airborne more than 75% of the time. They use a jumping motion called rotary gallop or double suspension gallop, where all 4 feet leave the ground twice in each stride. Lion. In nature, a lion's roar can be heard from 8 kilometers away. Lions are the only big cats that live socially in groups called prides. These groups typically consist of several related females, their cubs, and 1 or more adult males. Females are the primary hunters, while males defend the territory. A male lion's mane isn't just for show or to intimidate rival males. Research shows that females prefer males with darker and longer manes, as these traits usually indicate better health and genetic strength. Deer Stag. A stag's antlers are the only mammalian tissue that can completely shed and regrow annually, up to 2.5 centimeters per day. Deer have exceptional hearing and sense of smell. Their large ears can rotate independently to detect sounds from different directions, and their sensitive nose can detect predators from great distances. These abilities help them escape danger. Springbok and racehorse. Racehorse. The fastest recorded speed for a racehorse over a short distance, about 400 meters, was nearly 88 kilometers per hour. Deer doe. Female deer are typically smaller and lighter than their male counterparts, which helps them escape predators more quickly. They need this speed and agility to protect their young. Female deer can delay giving birth by up to a month if environmental conditions are unfavorable. Gazelle. This beautiful and graceful creature is the symbol of speed and agility in the plains of Africa and Asia. Gazelles can not only run fast, but they can also make sudden 90-degree turns while running at high speeds without slowing down. These quick maneuvers, known as stotting or pronking, similar to springboks, are used to confuse predators. This behavior also signals the gazelle's fitness to predators, essentially saying, "I'm very healthy. Don't chase me," over and over again. And finally, the cheetah. This masterpiece of creation can run at an astounding and unbelievable speed of 130 kilometers per hour. No other land creature can reach this speed. When running at top speed, a cheetah's feet only touch the ground 10% of the time, taking 4 strides per second. A cheetah can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. This acceleration surpasses most sports cars. Its flexible spine, long legs, semi-retractable claws, which act like sports shoe cleats, and long tail for balance at high speeds and sudden direction changes, all contribute to this amazing speed. Despite this incredible speed, cheetahs can't maintain it for long periods. They can typically sustain this pace for only a few hundred meters because their body temperature rises rapidly. This is why their hunts must be quick and precise. They are explosive hunters, not endurance runners. And that concludes our journey through the incredible world of animal speeds, from snails to cheetahs. Did you know that the difference in speed between the slowest and fastest animal is more than 2,700 times? This amazing diversity shows that speed is just one of many survival strategies in nature. What an amazing adventure, right? We've seen that every creature, regardless of size, has its own unique wonders. Nature is truly full of mysteries. Which of these speed champions amazed you the most? What's the fastest creature you've seen in person? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to like, and if you're not yet part of our big family, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss our next adventures. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something new. Until we meet again, stay happy, energetic, and full of wonder. Goodbye!